Oh, wait there. There we go. What's good, team? Can you guys, let me put my mics better. Holy shit. What's good? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me? We're about to kick this thing off. Let me get this mic in there. Good. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me? What is good? I just want to make sure everything is working. Let me get a little. Hey, what's good, Paula? What's good, Carlos? Hey, what's good, Nick? How are you, my bro? Hey, Chad Lee. What's good, bro? Christos, what's good? What's good? What's good? Cool. What is good, family? We'll take a look at your chart, Carlos, my bro. UK 100. I mean, it's a possibility. I wouldn't say that. Let me start recording. I wouldn't say that we are 100% ready to buy this yet. For me, where's my pen? For me, this POI isn't going to be the best. There's not a lot of manipulation on there. I mean, we did break order flow here. If anything, I would say that this is probably. I mean, let's just validate it, right? So, before we fib something up, what do we need to see? Right, we need to see a change of character. So, do we get a larger pullback than our prior pullback? Yeah, right. Do we have 3 drives? We've got 1 drive. We've got 2 drives. I would probably want to see. I think it's still in phase B. I think we would need to see it build out a little bit more, give a manipulation, and then break something like that. I think, yeah, definitely lacks manip. I think it's still early, bro. I mean, could it go up from here? I mean, it could, right? But do I really want to try and be? Can you see my camera, by the way? I don't know if you guys can. It's like, can you guys? Let me change my lighting. One sec. Wait there. Oh, it's too dark. One sec. One sec. Let me turn the big lights on. Right there. There we go. Yeah, there we go. We're back. We're back. We're back. What's good? Hey, what's good, Johnny? You get a nice haircut, I see, bro. You're fresh, man. So, oh, nice, man. So, yeah, I think this is still in phase B, bro. You know, I don't think we've had a lot of time to pass, opinions to form. I think we could probably do something like that. At the very least. I mean, if this thing does start taking off, I would sit out. I'd wait for it to try to distribute, accumulate, play the reaccumulation off a micro to then send it. But I'm not going to put too much weight on this. We'll take a proper look at UK 100 in a minute. Bitcoin, yeah, we'll take a look at Bitcoin. I mean, we'll take a look at all the markets. Obviously, first thing we know before we get to do any sort of trading, the most important thing is our psychology and ourself. So always check in with yourself before you trade. And if you haven't checked in with yourself and you know that you're not emotionally sound and grounded, you haven't asked yourself some of these questions, such as, right there, right? Your intention before you go to the charts. Like, are you in a good headspace? Have you been having drama in your life? If you've got shit going on, you're not in the right mind to be trading. If you're tired, right, you're not in a good headspace. You're not seeing everything available to you. If you're trading for the sake of trading, right, and you're trying to just trade because, oh my god, I'm bored, I want to be in a position, or I haven't done anything all week and I want to be in a trade, that's a recipe for disaster. The only goal, the only agenda for trading is to follow your plan and manage risk. And that moves us into the next one. Am I following my plan? Remember, you're not trading what you think, you're trading what you see. You're trading your plan and you're creating those if-then scenarios, and you're not trying to predict moves, right? Amateurs predict, professionals react, and that's the difference. Because an amateur, they think they can control the market. They think they've got some special source. Whereas a professional, we understand its probabilities. We understand it's literally just one trade out of a larger sample size of trades. Have you prepared for this trade, right? Have you gone and done your preparation? You know, like, do you think Floyd Mayweather is the best boxer of all time? Do you think Saka, football player? Do you think, all these great athletes, you think they just wake up one day and, have a fight or just start doing their sport? No, they're training for months, weeks, and years before the event so that they can perform at the highest degree. It's the same thing here. It's all the prep work you've been doing in the background, which is going to help you when it comes to the actual market. 80% of your time is sharpening the saw, 20% of your time is actually hitting down the tree. And again, am I preserving capital, or am I just jumping in the market? What is your goal here? Are you trying to be like a machine gunner going around and taking loads of trades? Or are you a sniper? You're waiting for that one shot, one kill, and that high degree of probability in your trade. I know exactly what side I am. So now we've checked in with ourselves. We know that we're emotionally sound. We're grounded. Now we know that we're seeing the markets clearly, right? Because when you're not grounded, when you're coming from a place of lack of awareness and mindlessness, it's very easy to get sucked into trades that you're not planned for, and it's very easy to get sucked into a string of losses. What's good, Kish? So now we've done that. I need to adjust my chair height. I don't know why this thing's a little bit higher. I think my girlfriend was in here. Now, we'll do our fundamentals. So even if there's a simple, clean A-star setup, stay away if you're not feeling the best. Well, let's define feeling the best, right? So for me, all of thinking is emotional state dependent, right? all thinking. And the only way it's not emotional state dependent is if you're dead. Because to be human is to have emotions, right? So if we think about it over 100 trade sample size, if we're not in a clear head, right, we're feeling a type of way, we've got problems going on in our lives, what does your data tell you about that? For me, it's not good. Because if I know that emotions cloud judgment, so do I want to go to the charts with my emotions clouded? No. Maybe I can win a trade, sure, maybe you can. But do you care about winning one trade or being profitable over the next 20, 30, 40, 50 trades? For me, if I know I'm not in a good headspace, I'm feeling tired, I'm feeling sick, or just problems going on, I would rather miss a trade, back test that trade and say, you know what? Look, I'm happy, I'm still good at technical analysis, but I didn't take the trade. Okay. Abundant mindset versus, oh my God, I took 6 trades today and I'm down 4% on my account or whatever percent your risk. You know, like I'd rather miss that trade because I know I'm not in a good headspace. And I remember we trade for freedom, we trade for abundance. So if you make a decision to say, hey, I'm not trading today, that's a good thing because you stuck through your decision versus, oh my God, I'm not in a good headspace, I'm really sick, and now you made mistakes. What's your journal going to say? Right? For me, I always like to think about the opposite, not just the winning. You know, I think about the risk. Like I think about, okay, if I take this trade and I lose, how would I feel if I lost this trade? Okay, I'm in a bad headspace. I'm not feeling good. I'm tired. You know, I've got drama going on with the baby mama, for example, or whatever, right? If I lose that trade, what am I going to say in my journal? How many times have you lost a trade in your journal because of emotional mistakes? For me, like that was one of the biggest things keeping me back from profitability. You know, it would be, for example, overconfidence, where I'd win a trade, right, get an absolute banger, right, and then I'd be too confident and I'd go and take 5, 10, 20 losses in a row. It'd be like, what the fuck? I just won a trade, now I'm taking so many losses. So when I looked at my journal, it was never a case of, oh, I don't have enough winners. Because think about it, Ron, and everyone else, right? How many times do we see winning trades? We see at least 1 to 2 winning setups every single week. Every week we see at least 1 to 2, sometimes 3, sometimes 4, right? Sometimes 5. And that's enough to be profitable. But now it's not a lack of winners, it's taking too many losses, which is the reason why people don't become profitable. So for me, if I know that I'm trading a game, which is obviously the game of trading, that the odds are stacked against us. We're fighting against people that are designed to literally take your money. Do I want to be trading without an edge? No. And the edge is not the strategy, right? If you think the edge is the strategy, you're already lost. The edge is yourself and your perspective and your emotions, because all thinking is emotional state dependent. And if we're not coming from a good state of mind, we'll never see the markets clearly. So to answer the question, bro, yeah, I'd rather make sure I'm in a good state of mind. Right, in terms of fundamentals for this week, I mean, last week was a little bit dry in terms of fundamentals. I think we should see a few things pick up. There's not too much on the radar this week, apart from consumer confidence, which is going to come out today. I know this is a yellow folder news, but this is going to be very interesting to give us a bit more of a insight into kind of what's going on. I mean, I find it interesting that consumer confidence did kind of drop down recently. And again, what is consumer? Who is calling me right now? Haram. 1 second. All right. Because I do find it interesting that as consumer confidence went down, we did start to see a pullback on indices. Now, again, is consumer confidence going to be a direct market thing that's going to trump the Fed? No. But what do we know with the monetary policy right now? We know that the Fed, right, inflation has been going higher, and we know that the Fed are being cautious and keeping rates higher for longer. So if we're now seeing consumer confidence, and this is what we've got coming out today, this is going to show us how consumers feel about the state of the economy. So if consumers are feeling scared, and we see this number come out today as a decline, this could show a reduction in consumer spending. If there's less spending, there's going to be less revenues for companies. Less revenue for companies means poorer earning reports. Poorer earning reports can cause bearish indices, right? Again, it's just one thing. Remember, in fundamentals, it's not just one news release. It's the be-all and end-all. It's putting it all together to build your narrative and your story. So moving on from that, what else do we have this week coming out? Right? On Thursday, we've got GDP, gross domestic product. So if we start seeing lower than expected GDP, this could show that the economy is starting to weaken and soften and decelerate, which could mean, right, that the Fed could move a bit more dovish and start lowering rates to stimulate growth. Because remember, the Fed want a positive economy. The Fed want the economy to be healthy. They want things flowing because they control the money. They want it to flow, right? what we trade in, currencies. If water that has currents doesn't flow, it goes moldy and stagnant. The Fed don't want the economy stagnant. They want it flowing and flowing like fresh water and being healthy. So if they start seeing that GDP is getting weaker, consumer confidence and inflation is starting to cool off. Now, this is what we're going to get into next because we've got PCE data coming out on Friday. If we start seeing, right, the GDP coming out lower, right, we start seeing consumer confidence getting weaker, it all depends now how the Fed are going to react to that. Because if the Fed are seeing the economy slow down, they might be in more of a hurry to reduce rates. Because if the economy slows down, that will reduce inflation, because inflation normally happens when things heat up. When everyone's spending more, inflation starts to increase. And inflation being higher is not good, because what will happen when inflation goes higher, the Fed will raise their interest rates. When the Fed raise their interest rates, that will value the dollar higher. And when the dollar's higher in value, that's when you can, again, it's not a one-for-one correlation, that's when you can start to see more pullbacks on your US indices and your cryptos, etc. So a strong dollar is not necessarily good for the economy, right? So if we start seeing GDP and we start seeing PCE specifically come out lower, then that could influence the Fed to not really want to raise rates anymore. But it all depends on what this PCE data comes out on Friday as well. I think if we do see PCE come out higher, right, this is going to support, we've got PCE year over year, I think, coming out on Friday as well. Right, if this comes out higher, again, this is going to be higher rates for longer. Higher rates for longer means the value of the dollar will go higher as well. So where we are now, right, kind of, looking at things, I think what we're seeing right now is just a normal pullback on the dollar. Can we start selling the dollar right now? For me, at this point, we'll get into the lower time frames, but if we just look at what's going on right now with the recent data, inflation's up. Recent data, the Fed, right, have been bullish, right, have been hawkish. They've been pausing the rate cuts, and that's why we've been seeing the dollar rally since the end of October. Now, of course, I'm always on the other side of the coin. Trump, of course, is very bearish for the dollar, but I don't think we'll start seeing the sell-off on the dollar, like catastrophically dropping 98 until we see more data to support it, such as inflation coming lower and the Fed continuing to lower their rates. So for me, it's going to be pretty much all eyes on the data this week. Consumer confidence today, GDP, and PCE data that comes out on Friday for the US dollar. Looking at institutional orders, right, we can see they have over 26,000 long contracts open on the dollar as well. Where am I getting a bit lost here, right? And we are, from a technical standpoint, right, still in demand. We are still in this bullish leg over here. So if we can see the dollar start to accumulate this week, I would be definitely interested to buy the dollar higher and sell EU and sell GU. Now, knowing multi-time frame structure, right, we haven't seen any signs of buyers on the lower time frame just yet. Now, I am very aware that we are coming into demand, right? We can trickle a little bit lower down to this 80%, which would be, I'll just extend this over, which would be pretty nice to come a little bit lower. In terms of where we are right now, there's really not much. Could this be the start of a larger accumulation? It could be, right? But again, it's just still very early to tell, right? I think what we could potentially see is this thing maybe stall out for the rest of this week, right? And then maybe PCE give the spring to send this thing higher if PCE comes out higher. But it all depends on what the news is going to come out as. So this is why when you trade, you're not like deterministic. You're not like, oh my God, this is the exact thing that's going to happen. You create your if-then scenarios. So for me, my if-then scenario is if we continue seeing data that comes out this week, such as the PCE data, we see the PCE data come out higher, that gives the Fed another reason to keep rates higher for longer. So if rates are higher for longer, that means the dollar will become more attractive for foreign investment, meaning dollar demand goes higher, price goes higher. So if that narrative occurs and we see an accumulation, yes, I'll buy the dollar. But if we start to break the market cycle, right, we start to invalidate demand, we start to see institutions adding more short positions, right? We start to see PCE come out lower, right? Then, okay, maybe we could look to potentially short the dollar on something like that if our line in the sand is invalidated. Now, obviously, walking this down in the lower time frame, can we follow the market cycle down and try to play a small redistro in it. It's very aggressive, very, very aggressive. We are in demand. I don't really see myself trying to short this too much right now, just because of where we are in demand. I think if you're a crackhead and you want to take aggressive sells, I mean, yeah, you can wait for a little distro in there. But to be honest with you, I think at this point, I'd rather just wait for PCE data to come out, and I'd rather wait to get the fundamentals to give us more certainty in the potential direction and to see if this accumulation is going to build out, because we are sitting in demand. My data doesn't really tell me that trying to short in demand's too much of a good idea. At this point, I'm willing because we've got a little bit of room to come lower to the 80%. But again, I'm not holding my breath and saying, oh my God, I'm going to short the dollar. I'd rather wait for this accumulation to build out if the fundamental narrative will. We're in discount? Yeah, we are. We are definitely in discount. So I think the bonds, So the bonds are definitely what drive the dollar 100%, but they will lag a little bit. So yeah, seeing bond yields sell off is not a bullish sign for the dollar. We would need to see the bonds show strength and the dollar to show strength. So even if we take a look at the bonds, it's been a minute since I looked at the bonds actually. Where are we? So I mean, we're still in a bullish market cycle on bonds. I mean, the 10-year is still bullish, right? Probably come a little bit lower. Let's take a look. 2-year, what do we do on the 2-year? 2-year, what's good, Nate? 2-year is coming down to the 80. Still could probably give a larger shakeout. We've got a 30-year. Yeah, 30-year's got room to wiggle down to. 30-year can come down to demand. And the 5-year, 5 years in demand. So it's all kind of put in a similar picture. I think PCE data, the GDP, and consumer confidence will give us more clarity this week for the dollar. But for now, I'm just going to trade what I see, right? And I know that we've got a current hawkish Fed. So the Fed want to keep rates higher for longer. You got to look back test every time rates go higher and inflation goes higher. What does the dollar do? It goes higher. So for me, am I concerned about dollar selling off to oblivion right now? Not yet. If we start seeing, again, a break of demand, right, we start seeing the data flip and the Fed change their narrative, then I'll start shorting the dollar. For now, I'm going to follow the market cycle and wait for this accumulation in here. We've got some big news for indices this week as well, but we'll get onto that near the end of the call because obviously indices, we're not going to trade that till NYSE, which is like, a little bit later anyway. Cool. Anyone got any other questions about this? How do the bonds lag? How do they lag? What do you mean, how do they lag? How? I mean, they lag behind, right? So, like, essentially, the dollar is just kind of a basket of different currencies and a reflection of the bond yields. Why? Because, I mean, they're different charts, right? You're looking at kind of, it's like, for example, when you look at indices, right? You got the stocks, you got the chart of maybe US 30, but it's made up of 30 stocks. So the DXY is a basket of different currencies and different instruments. Why did consumer confidence get downgraded to follow the top end? You've got to ask, Forex Factory, man. I'm not Forex Factory. Straight up, bro, I am Forex Factory, man. All right, so do you need a break of order flow to buy? So order flow is basically right down at the bottom of my list. So order flow shows as much importance to me as, I can't think of a witty example for that one. But order flow is nothing, bro. It's like, would you go and marry a porn star? Probably not, right? Order flow, very low probable. Order flow is just highs and lows. There's no effort. There's no organization. You got to remember when these markets move, it costs money to move these by the pip. So order flow doesn't require a lot of money to create. Versus if you see the market build out an accumulation or a distribution and a schematic, there's effort, there's intention, there's energy behind that. So I want to be trading accumulations and proof of demand. Like order flow is just kind of coming in and just highs and lows, and how many times you see highs and lows get shaken out, you know? So yeah, that's pretty much it for the dollar. In terms of currencies now, let's go over what was like it. So we've got the dollar over here, right? We'll get into indices. Let's take a look at pound and euro. So euro is obviously the inverse of the old dollar. We are seeing a bit of divergence, and we did see, well, again, I mean, euro is coming into some higher time frame supply. I mean, at this point, I think probably tickle this 80% on the euro. Lower time frame, we are again showing a lot of strength on this thing. So I'm going to keep looking to see if throughout this week we can see. Mike's a little loud. Okay, let me, if I do this, let me put it on my head. Is that better? Oh, that's better. Or should I start whispering? It might be me. But yeah, so obviously lower time frame, we ain't showing any weakness on this thing. There's really no signs of sellers. I mean, we obviously tried to, distribute on this thing, right? It did try to distribute, came down, reacted out of demand, and we've just been kind of showing reactions out of it. So that's fine. What about now it's on my hat? Is it all right? Is it worse on my hat? Let me know. I feel like one of those, those miners, bro. All right. EJ, I'm not going to touch EJ, bro, because what drives EJ? You know, if EJ is being, so when you've got currencies, right, you need to know what's driving it. Same sound, all good, perfect. So if EJ, all right, is selling off, for example, right, I'm not saying this is the bias on it, but let me teach you something. If EJ is selling off, this thing will not react out of supply because it's going to be driven by the Japanese yen and USD JPY. So if UJ is all the way down here, right, and you're trying to sell EJ, by the time UJ comes up, EJ is going to take you out. So I'm not bothering going to touch EJ. I'm just going to trade UJ or Japanese yen futures. Yeah. What's the site that shows you all the companies you can check for Confluence? TradingView, bro. So you can just type in SPX heat maps. It's called heat maps. Heat maps. And stock heat map, and you just press the instrument. So SPX, for example, it shows you all the companies inside of it. I use AI as well, bro, for earnings. Like I just ask ChatGPT, like we're going to go through it later. Like I just ask you what earnings reports are coming out for ESP, for SPX this week that are going to have influence on it, and it will tell you. So obviously I've done it already for you guys. We'll go through that when we get onto indices later. But yeah, heat maps. Anyway, so yeah, euro isn't showing any weakness, man, because the dollar is selling off. So seeing EU, I mean, this thing is just walking its way up. I mean, we've not shown any weakness on this thing. We did come into this little reaccumulation. We did come into the 50. I think we're building a lot of liquidity down here. Maybe we can. What do we do? Maybe we can come shake this. Oops. Yeah, I'm not going to put too much focus on trying to trade EU today. But something like this, we can come down, sweep that, and send it higher. And we can send that up to take this high. Like that. I think, yeah, we'll see some more strength on EU. I do want to send the EU to at least I want to see what we're going to react out of this supply. Where are we higher time frame? Nowhere. Okay, so yeah. I'm going to try and see if we can walk EU up a little bit. Again, I'm not going to hold my breath on it. I mean, what do we do during London? A nice bit of volume in this Frankfurt sweep. So what do we do here? We accumulated on the Monday. We then reaccumulated last night. If NYSC wants to give a micro in here, I'll take a look. SE, nah, bro. I don't pay attention to that. I haven't collected data on SEC 13F filings. I have no idea what that is. Bro, honestly, I just followed exactly what my mentor told me to do. To be honest with you, bro. I said, look, you got the results I want, tell me what to do, I'm gonna copy you, bro. Like, I don't know, I'm not smart, you know, to be honest with you, bro. So yeah, if we micro in here, it could be a possibility, but let's see if dollar gave the manipulation actually. Did dollar give the manipulation? The dollar? Oh, it did. Oh, it did. We got some divergence on this thing. We got divergence, but dollar didn't sweep Asia high. Interesting. We got some big divergence on this. Okay. So based on dollar giving the shakeout, I mean, I'll look inside of here actually on EU. To be honest with you. Yeah. I mean, this liquidity can be taken. So I have to see the micro in there. But just remember, liquidity does not always have to be taken. All right. Oh, Kieran, but liquidity must be taken. Says who? What's the purpose of liquidity? Liquidity just means orders, right? The only time they will take liquidity is if they need to fill orders. And in this case, they took it on DXY. So yeah, so I'll take a look in there actually. I'll set an alert for a small scalp up, but it needs to be clean. Right. Let me delete this on these higher time frames. Annoying. All right, cool. Wait, what? Oh, wait. There we go. Cool. Any questions about EU? Yes, Christos, talk to me, brother. Do you want to unmute or you want to just type? It's up to you. I did not get the correlation. So, okay, so this is Euro futures, which is equivalent to Euro USD. All right. So Euro futures and Euro USD are the same chart. So yeah, so this is now the opposite to the DXY. Because the DXY is a basket of currencies and Euro has the greatest weighting. So it's the dollar that will influence Euro USD. So if you're trading Euro USD, you pay attention to what the dollar is doing. So if you want to buy Euro USD, the dollar needs to be showing signs of weakness and selling off. Make sense? Got you, brother. All right, cool. So that's Euro. So pound should be similar. It is. Let's see what pound is doing. But again, again with Euro, higher time frame in the dollar, like I'm not going to be super aggressive because we are coming into this demand zone on the dollar. And if the fundamentals permit it later this week, we could see a big reaction to the upside. So again, I'm going to be very cautious if the XY starts accumulating. And obviously that means that Euro could show signs of distribution. But for now, it's bullish on the lower time frame. So I'm going to follow the market cycle until she says no. Remember, you can have higher time frame can be bullish, lower time frame can be bearish. Follow the market cycle until she says no. All right, pound. What is pound doing? So pound, oh, bro, these daily dividers do my nuts, bro. Go away. Where are they? There we go. Much better. All right, zoom out on this. So pound is coming into higher time frame supply. We can walk its way higher. Pound won't sell off until the dollar shows strength. Cryptos, we'll get into cryptos later, bro. But I mean, I think we're just shaking out all the retards, to be honest with you, bro. Like, think about Trump, right? Trump is like everyone, crypto, crypto, crypto. Masses have to lose, right? Where do you think your profit comes from? People losing. So they're going to do the opposite of what everyone wants. And everyone wants them to be bullish right now. So I think Bitcoin can hit even 60K, to be honest with you. I wouldn't, oops, let me change this. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin hit 50K. 60K. So yeah, I mean, yeah, on the pound, there's zero weakness on this. Yeah, crypto, I'm just dollar cost averaging, bro. Like, I'm just adding my bags. Like, I'm still confident that by the end of this year, we'll see all-time highs. But I'm just, yeah. All right, so we tried to distribute on the pound, but we failed. So we reaccumulated. So what we're doing now on the lower time frame, we're building a type 4. You sneaky dog. You sneaky dog, you. You give me a type 4. Okay. So we've got the Frankfurt sweep. I'll look to buy GU today if it can give a micro. GJ, I'm not going to touch GJ, bro, because GJ is going to be driven by the Japanese yen. You know, right now we've got strong JPY, which could drop GJ off. Yeah, but I'm just not going to trade GJ. I just trade Japanese yen futures because it's Japanese yen which drives GJ. So why am I going to try and fight GJ when I can just trade JPY or USD JPY? You know, like it's not about trying to trade millions of assets. I'd rather just trade the main drivers. So yeah, I think pound doesn't look too bad actually. Do I want to set a limit off that counter trend? I think I'd rather wait for a micro in there. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look too bad. I mean, we are up heavily this month, but we'll see. I think I'll most likely wait for another micro in here because it's counter trend. I want to be a bit more cautious. Which pair are you trading for JPY futures? UJ, bro. USD JPY. Or Japanese yen futures. So if Japanese yen futures is going up, UJ will go down. So you can, yeah. So I'd be looking to sell UJ at the moment based on the fundamentals, which we'll get into Japanese yen in a minute. See, I don't think pound looks bad. I think I'll take a look. Again, this is counter trend, so this isn't going to get the absolute most attention on this because it is counter. But yeah, it looks like we got room to go higher. I mean, we could probably send this to the 80. You know, yeah, we could send this to the 80 for sure. Let's see. Pinging a lot on that. Any questions about pound? Pound's accumulative after reload. Yeah, I mean, we've got the dollar showing the weakness, so that's the main thing. And can it come a bit lower? For sure, it can. That's why I was saying I want to really wait for a micro. But, you know, seeing euro reacting out of demand, seeing dollar showing the weakness, I think it might be all right. But I want to wait for a micro in there. I don't want to be too aggressive. Would we have to come to 50% in the dollar to sell? We need to see weakness, right? And I mean, it looks like, for me, it looks like potentially setting up for a redistro on this. I mean, it would be nice. It'll be very nice if we can, you know, if we can distribute out of there for sure. Yeah, would be nice. I mean, we're seeing dollar distribute, seeing pound accumulate. It makes sense. Right, so we'll look at gold, UK 100 in a minute, JPY. So Japanese yen, chat, talk to me, fundamentals. What is going on with JPY? Nothing has changed since last week. Right? What is going on with Japanese yen right now? Without looking at the chart, rate hikes, damn right, right? Damn right. They are hiking them at their rates. We can see, I've been actually checked them this week. Fucking hell, bro. Look how long they are now. Oh my God. Yeah, they got 100. Oh my God, bro. Last week, how did they have? Wait a minute. I swear, like recently, it was like 100K, no? Yeah, bro. At the start of this month, they had 100K long orders. Jesus Christ, bro. They're up 40%, almost 50% on their long contracts this month. They're going more than ham, bro. They're doing the whole fucking farm at this point, mate. For Jesus. So yeah, we're bullish on JPY. So definitely looking to sell UJ, bro. I mean, higher time frame, right? I mean, obviously you guys remember we were trying to buy out of here. We never got the accum. I think Adnan, you caught the buy, didn't you? You cheeky fuck. I couldn't get anything on this. So yeah, I mean, I think it's still a possibility that we can come down here, and I would rather buy Japanese yen futures from here. Obviously, this is just the inverse of USD JPY. So USD JPY, I'd be waiting to sell. All right. But I mean, where we are, I think we did just reaccumulate. All right. So kind of what I'm trying to look for at this point on the lower time frame is some signs of buyers right there. But I can't really see a whole lot of buyers up here in a lower time frame right now. I mean, it's just kind of diddling right now. I mean, yeah, there's nothing too clean. Maybe we can come down here to the 80 and give a micro. If we can micro down here, I'll probably give it a go. Or if we can pop that, then come back into something like that, I'll give it a go. But look where we are, right? We're pretty high in the leg. I'd rather this thing come all the way down here and buy it from here. Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility, all right? We obviously definitely need to break that because we are in that bearish leg from there. So we definitely need to break that high at the very least. Pound interest rates have been dropping for a while JPYs. I mean, potentially, but you got to ask yourself, what drives GJ? What is driving GJ? Is it the pound or JPY? Yes, bro. Obviously, if you're trading a currency pair, it's made out of two currencies, right? One of those currencies is going to have more influence than the other. What one is influencing it? Right, so CAD is just absolute trash right now. I mean, gun to my head, fundamentals say sell it, but I don't want to touch CAD. Swissy just trash at this point. I mean, yeah, there's no real weakness on this thing. I think I'm going to stay away from the Swissy at this point. AUD NZD, hello. Right, fundamentals, obviously, guys, from last week, right? What is going on with our fundamentals? Let me pull up my data from last week. All right, talk to me, chat. What is going on from last week's fundamentals with AUD and NZD? Yep, the RBA did cut rates. I think last week 17. China, talk to me. What's going on with China? China is weak. Yep, China are fucked. So obviously we said, yeah, RBA cut rates, inflation's coming down. Chinese demand is weakening for the exports. Institutions are extremely short, and NZD is very aggressive, right? So we're extremely bearish on AUD and NZD. Obviously, in terms of where is this, right? Obviously, in terms of trying to short it, we are. Oh, we get the weakness on this. We did. Now, for me, I really want to try and short this. I do want to see dollar give some strength. That will make me a little bit more confident in trying to. But we are still in a bullish market cycle on this. So I don't want to jump the gun and trying to short this thing. And I'm not going to be really, dollar is starting to drive this at the moment. So I'm not going to be too aggressive trying to short this. I think if I get a micro in there, I'll give it a go. I do not want it to touch this demand whatsoever. All right. I really do not want it to touch this demand at all. If we can show dollar strength, I think I will give it a short out of that. If we can break that, I mean, I'm definitely game to short it at that point. I mean, we got the distro. I will ping an alert up here. And this is AU. CPI tonight. Yeah, we might get some volatility. And NZD, what's this doing? NZD, I would definitely need NZD to show more weakness as well before I even consider AUD shorts. So NZD would have to break that at the very least. So anytime you check an AU, make sure you check NU. Hello, Kaiser. What are you doing? You lay down, buddy. Yes, you good boy. You lay down. I'm a trading dog. Want to catch some pips? Maybe to catch some pips. He's a good boy. All right. So yeah, NZD needs to definitely show some weakness, right? There's zero weakness on this thing right now. I mean, lower time frame. I mean, higher time frame, yeah, it's a lot more weaker, but I need more weakness on this thing. And yeah, right now we're not seeing much weakness. So let's see. Let's see if we can get that weakness. But in terms of currencies, that's pretty much everything on my watch list for today. I'm still going to go through crypto, still go through some more commodities and stuff and indices. But anyone got any questions about currencies on this side? I checked Swissy. It's just dead. What do you have on it? Yeah, it's trash. I mean, for me, like there was just zero reason to try and sell that, on Friday fuckeries. And, we're not showing any weakness on this. And we came into that. Yeah, it's just pretty trash. Maybe it can come up there, but yeah, it's not going to be anything. I don't think maybe for this week. Right, so let's get on to Goldilocks. So Goldilocks, what is she doing? So she is, I mean, this is just very order flowy. Euro GBP. What do you have on Euro GBP? I mean, it's not something I like to trade a lot because you're trading two very closely correlated instruments. What do you have on it, bro? What do you have on it? Bullish. Bullish? You want to buy Euro GBP? You want to buy Euro GBP whilst it's been distributing since 2016? Good luck. I mean, if your journal tells you to buy an active distribution that's mitigated at 80% and given weakness, I go for it, bro. I don't want to buy this. I would rather sell this. But it doesn't move a lot, because it's too closely correlated instruments. Gun to my head, yeah, I'd say short it. But from where? I mean, we type forward, we redistroed. I mean, let this thing create a larger redistro at this point. I mean, going to be aggressive, short out of there, but this is very low on the priority list. I'll be honest with you, because you got demand here. I'd rather just wait for that break. Nikki will probably crash, bro. Probably sell to Nikki. They're hiking rakes. I mean, this is the last time they hiked rates. And it crashed like crazy. And then they said, no, we're not gonna. What the fuck is the ASX 200? Bro, I can't even name 5 companies in the ASX. So what name 5 companies in the ASX? Like, remember, you don't need to trade millions of pairs, man. Like, it's better to trade less. Trading less is the way forward. If you can't even name 5 companies inside of it, bro, why are you trading it? Build a narrative. Like you got to be okay. Remember, if you're a trader, right, and you want trade to pay like a business, treat it like a business. All right. So if you're going to treat it like a business, imagine every decision you're going to make, you have to pitch yourself to investors. Right. So if I'm taking a trade, I need to be able to explain my position to someone who's given me hundreds of millions of capital. That's how I think. So imagine this. All right. You come to my trading floor, right? Hypothetical, right? Hey, right, the ASX is in demand. Okay, why should we accumulate this currency or this instrument right now? Bitch, get out of my office. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to have those logical reasons, bro. The first step of our trading plan, build a narrative. A narrative is a story, having a reason why would investors accumulate this. I was only focused on technicals. Yeah, bro. I mean, you don't look at a technical chart until you get fundamentals, right? Because technicals, what drives technical analysis? It's the fundamentals. It's the reason. Like, Y'all got to realize, right, that institutions, people who are trading billions of trillions of dollars, come on, let's think about this for a second. Hey guys, we had a third bounce off a trend line. Come on, no way. They're gonna like they hire fucking quants, bro. They hire massive teams to conduct research based on facts. You know, technical analysis. They don't even look at charts, bro. That's a whole convo for another day. Yeah. What's driving UK 100 is the companies in the UK. I mean, the UK 100, most of their companies, they operate in Northern America and Asia Pacific regions, and their companies are absolutely fucking booming right now, bro. The earnings are going through the absolute roof on UK 100, and that's why you're seeing it go through the fucking moon, because the companies inside of it are performing very well. So, yeah. But yeah, bro. So like everything you want to be more like meticulous. That's not even a word. More thought out. You know, for me, again, my biggest reason why I wasn't profitable is I was taking too many trades and too many losses. What made me slow down was, can I build a fundamental reason on it? You know, do I have a reason to look at this chart? Oh, okay, I want to buy the dollar. Why? Based on what reason? You know, if you have a reason, can you build a case on it? Sure. Like you got to treat trading seriously, bro. Like people like the thing is, the reason why people don't treat it seriously is because they don't take that, they've got no skin in the game, right? You know, back in the day, if you wanted to be a trader, you'd have to go through all those fucking exams. You have to go get a license. You'd need hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions in today's currency with the currency devaluation to actually be a trader. Today, you can just fucking bro, open a broker with $5 if you really want to. There's no barrier to entry, right? So people think, oh my God, I can just learn the simple way to trade. Like, bro, if an institution, right, the people who have millions of people in their team don't trade the simple way, why do you think you're going to do that? You know, like you got to really treat this thing seriously, man. Like it's always the unprofitable traders and the scam artists that are like, keep it simple, bro. Like, I mean, of course, you can try to simplify things 100% you can, but this isn't a simple industry, bro. Like for me, this is one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. Now, can you learn a strategy? Yes. It's not hard. Can you learn fundamentals? Yes. But the hardest thing is, can you learn yourself and the things that are driving you? But no one wants to hear that. They just want to hear, what's the golden silver bullet strategy? And they wonder why they can't fucking make profits and they've been in this industry 5, 6, 7, 8 years. I don't know, man. It's not like I've been full-time trading almost a decade now. You know. But anyway, right. So Goldilocks. If we can see signs of buyers in here, but it's really looking order flowy, man. I'll be real with you. This is probably not going to be on my watch list unless silver can show some strength. But I think silver can come lower. I'd rather have silver come lower. All right, I'd rather have silver come lower. I'd rather silver come into this manipulation. I'd much rather silver come into like 31.50. Man, I remember when we was buying silver, bro, back down here, bro. Jesus Christ. I mean, look at this. We all know the reason why these are going up fundamentally. But yeah, I think we'll see some weakness on silver in the next few days. Can it accumulate out of here? It can, but to be honest with you, this is looking more like a distro now, to be honest with you. So maybe we're distributing to come down to demand, to send it higher. That's how I see silver. Gold, I mean, gold's got no manipulation on it, to be honest with you. So we know the rules. When you don't see manipulation, guess what? You are the manipulation. So maybe we do something like this. But yeah, I'm not gonna put too much weight on them. I think in terms of currencies for me, it's more so AU, NU, pound. I think today maybe pound. I'll give pound a go and euro a go. I mean, how are these higher time frames closing? 50-minute looking good, hourly looking good, 4 hour looking pretty good. Yeah, I definitely try and give pound a go today. UK 100. Oh, JPY, I'll definitely try and give that a go today. UK 100. Oh man, you guys like this in the vlog? That was a fucking banger, bro. I think it's going to, yeah, it's going to come lower, bro. Again, there's not much manipulation, so I'm going to be very cautious with this. It's just the fundamental telling me to buy it. Really giving a bit of a manip. E or G? We really went through them, bro. We want to buy pound and we want to buy today. See if we can buy them up to supply. Right. Any other questions about currencies? Any other questions about that? Or are we ready to get into the indices and cryptos? Oh, boys, mate, this is a hack, right? Quick side note. Remember, you can't trade profitably if you're unhealthy, right? Most of the happy chemicals that affect your trading are produced in your gut. So get your gut right, right? I've been on this blue spirulina. I mean, it's pretty much like drained now. It's invisible. So, right? I got lemon in here, lime in here. I got oranges in here. Celtic, or I run out of my Celtic salt, so I got Himalayan salt. My shilajit. I'm gonna put shilajit in here. Do you eat bread? Sourdough sometimes. Not a lot though, to be honest with you. Not a lot. Sourdough can be pretty good for the gut. Cocoa. Oh my god, Jay, you and your cocoa, bro. Wait, is that the one we're speaking about from fucking? Was it Cocoa Futures, right? Is it this one? Oh my god, it did reaccumulate, bro. Was it this one? No. What was the ticker, the one you was looking at? This one? Damn, bro, you was charting this back from ages ago. But I can't even tell you why there's demand for cocoa. How can you use COT reports? You just use it for a narrative, bro. You know, if no problem, bro. You just use it as a narrative, bro. So you look at what are institutions doing, if they're bullish or bearish, and then you look at a reason why they're bullish or bearish. And then once you know why they're bullish or bearish, you look at the chart and see what the chart's doing. If the chart supports your narrative, then build a narrative, create your if-then scenarios around that. Gold in manipulation? No. There's no manipulation on gold yet. I don't think. I mean, yeah, I don't think there's any manipulation on gold right now. A little bit, but I think we could come lower based on silver. There's demand for cocoa? But why? Why? Well, I mean, I know raw cacao can have health benefits, but why is there demand for it right now? You know? Right, indices. So we've got some beautiful earnings reports coming out. I mean, today we've got Intuit coming out. That can definitely affect SPX and NAS slightly. Tomorrow, though, is going to be the big day because we've got NVIDIA. We're going to see some big moves on NAS and SPX, I think. I mean, it's in US 30 now as well. So I think tomorrow it will definitely come out. Yeah, bro, the stream's recorded. Don't worry. Bloomberg, cocoa outage. There's a shortage. Interesting. There you go. There's your narrative, bro. There you go. There you go, man. Can we even see? Oh, wait, let's see if we can see it on here. Oh, we can. Did that long on it as well, bro. They know something, Jay. They know what you know, bro. Yeah, man. I mean, bro, fuck it. Let's see if we can long cocoa, bro. If we can accumulate. I mean, this thing is selling off like crazy. Damn, we manipulate those lows very nicely. I mean, we're at higher time frame 50, but bro, this thing's gonna take a minute to accumulate. I mean, yeah, this thing is gonna take a while to accumulate. Jay, you let me know when it builds out an accumulation. I don't have the. I'm not. I ain't gonna look at this. Yeah, I mean, how long did we take? Jesus. I mean, let's just see. Even if we don't get the accum, maybe how long did that one take? A few days. Give it a week or so. Maybe come back next week for this. Yeah. Right. Let's go on to indices. So yeah, bro. I mean, we've got NVIDIA coming out tomorrow. Salesforce. which can cause some volatility on the Dow. And we got Dell that's going to come out for SPX and NAS. Obviously, main one's going to be Intuit, Dell, Salesforce, and NVIDIA. Creating some more volatility. Obviously, if we start seeing positive earnings, yeah, we can continue to buy them. I do find it interesting that we are seeing the sell-off prior to NVIDIA earnings. Right, maybe this is that sell to buy action. It's all going to be dependent on what are these earnings going to be coming out as. So, I mean, we did pull back on NASDAQ and we are sitting in demand. So I just want to see this build out an accumulation now, and I'm going to buy the living out of this thing. I mean, as of now, is there anything that I'm willing to do? No, we're still just redistributing and maintaining a bearish market cycle from here. So, I mean, Frankfurt, it's swept, but there's just not much down here right now. There's no, do we have any volume in here? Not yet. I mean, we've got New York Stock Exchange open in like an hour and a half. So we'll see if we get any volatility on that. But I need this to build out something, build something out. If we show strength, then I'll just play the reaccums in this. But any signs of demand present, I'll look to buy these. But we are definitely in a POI. Can we come lower? For sure. I'm not going to force these on those. Can't see anything. I mean, zoom out. We're sitting in demand. Yeah, sitting in demand. It's got to build out though. But I think, bro, can you send a trading view link? Cisco, it'll be easier. Yeah, lower time frame, not much. We need to, it's still in a bearish market cycle. We need to, it's trying to accumulate through London. But I would need some strength during the NYSE. If we can, something like that. At the very least, but I think, I don't know if we'll see a lot of volatility until these earnings come out. What's the Dow doing? Hello. Right, the Dow is in demand. The Dow is in demand. The Dow can come lower, right? They all can come lower. It can definitely come down here. But what are we doing? Can we validate an accumulation? So how many pips is this price range? 298. How many is this? Oh, hello. Hi. We have a seller's climax, boys and girls. We now have phase A of our accumulation. Yes, so we've got our, this is looking nice. So we've got SC, AR, ST, one drive, two drive. Can we get a third? STB. And now can we then get a spring? So there we go. Let's see. Yeah, you always want to make sure when you're fibbing, you always fib the manipulation. Yeah, like, you was all taught wrong. Everyone tells you, oh, fib the impulse. No, that's wrong, right? Like, that's completely wrong because that's the effect, right? Look at the cause. The cause is the manipulation. So yeah, you fib the manipulation. It's like, oh my God, I'm sick. I'm not healthy. Yeah, okay, that's the result. What's the cause? Oh yeah, your terrible diet. So yeah, I think we're in phase B now on an accumulation for sure. Do we have volume? Oh, we do. Oh, boys and girls, it's game time. All right. So now if we can get that third drive, how do we push to the 50? Okay. So this SDB is to push a bit higher, right? Wiggle up a little bit higher, sweep that bitch, and then do that. And I'm going to buy the living fuck out of you as long as we continue to see strong earnings. As long as we can see strong earnings, I'm going to buy the fuck out of this. Again, what's the video earnings drop? I think it's after market hours. Earnings. I think the video earnings will be after market close, most likely. Yeah. Bro, you know what year it is in Thailand? It's look at the year in Thailand, bro. 256 PE. We're doing the future, boys. Yeah, what's good, my bro? How are you, my G? I see you killing it now, bro. Should we wait for lower time frame break? Let me see, real. Let me see, Ria. Let's see. Yeah, your POI makes sense. I mean, this is your life. Obviously, following this accumulation up, fundamentals tell us to buy this. There's no reason to sell it fundamentally right now, unless the earnings, of course, come out tonight and say fuck off. Yeah, your POI makes sense. Yeah, we need some sort of strength on the lower time frame as signs of buyers. There's nothing yet. We're just selling off on this. So POI makes sense. Let it build out something. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we get some sort of recovery like these. Like again, if you look at the NAS's bottoms, it's quite violent. Yeah, I'm really bothered about that, to be honest. I mean, we zoom out on the NAS, like where are the signs of sellers on this? I mean, in terms of legs, I'm not bothered about that high because that's my leg. It's my line in the sand, and that's the high I want to target on NAS. Oh, to your Telegram DM. Let's take a look. Let's see. Oh, here you go, my bro. Oh shit, I didn't even see other case study. My bad, bro. We can take a look at it now. Yeah, so okay, yeah, look at this, bro. You got shafted, right? So you got to be very careful when you're looking at these higher time frames. You have to look off of the futures chart because look, your chart, where is it? Your chart is showing we failed to print an all-time high. Look at my chart. My chart's printing an all-time high. So when you're looking at these breaks and these confirmations, always check futures. Now I know futures, they make you pay for the data on TradingView. I mean, you can always just ask me and I'll send it to you. Or you can just, even it's, I think it's only delayed 10 minutes, right? If you're not paying for it. So especially a higher time frame like this, you'll be fine. But so for me, bro, on the Dow, we are in this bullish leg now. All right. And I fibbed that whole thing. So we are sitting in 50. That's why I'm looking for the accum on it. I mean, could we sweep that? We could, but this doesn't really represent anything to me. And I would say that's my line in the sand. You got a question not trading related? No, you're not allowed to ask, Nathan. Website app for recording. For your like recording your screen stuff. Like, oh yeah, OBS. 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 Or you can use Zoom, bro. How do you get the futures chart? You just type it in, bro. So the futures tickers, so your US30 is your YM1, right? And you always use futures because look, let me just show you something, right? If we just look at US30 for a second. All right, so we got all these brokers. Blackball is showing, look at the price of Blackball. It's showing 43518, right? Now check this. We look at US30 on Capital, 43526. How the fuck can two instruments have different prices? It's the same instrument. Yeah, you gotta look at another one. 4.5. That's a 20-point difference, right? So all these charts are absolute lies. The real chart is the futures chart because all these are just broker bullshit. So you just type in YM1, press futures, and press the E-mini Dow. I'll do it again. YM1 for Dow Jones here. Yeah, it is. It's delayed. You have to buy the thing. Up here we press delayed. Just buy it. It's like $8 or something. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, future. I mean, the futures is just the futures. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter what broker for futures you use. It's all the same pretty much. But yeah, Dow. So yeah, bro, you got to be careful with that, right? So you see on your chart that you're like, oh, I might be selling off now. But this is how they get you, bro. This is how they get you. This is how they get you. Hello from Thailand. Hello, Thailand indeed. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta be careful with the brokers. So yeah, I think this is U30 is looking good. Now, if U30, right, shows strength today, pay attention, please. If this shows strength today, I am not buying the mitigation of that. No, because it's not valid. If it shows strength today, boof, and then I'll look for a mitigation of it because we've got cause and effect. Or play the reaccumulate to this. I will scalp this at the NYSC today and see what we get. Maybe we can get a small short off for the spring in NYSC to then do that. That'll be something I'll be interested in. Or if we can micro in the spring, I'll play some small buys. Gold, I think gold will shake out to the downside. I'm not touching gold right now, to be honest with you. Just order flow at this point. Yeah, I think we'll manipulate to the downside at the very least. Well, I can't predict it. That's what I would need to see to take a trade. Because if there's no manipulation, you normally get manipulated. All right, so we've got the Dow. We know what we're doing with the Dow. All right, I want to look for that. So I'm going to ping an alert on here. I'm going to ping an alert on the high. Everyone good with Dow? Any questions about the Dow? Any questions about the Dow? Any questions about the Dow? Nope. Which is U30. So obviously for the futures, right? YM1 is US 30. Then you got NQ1, which is NAS 100. And then you've got ES1, which is the SPX 500. So NAS, yeah, I mean, it's kind of accumulating on a micro, but I don't want to be that aggressive. And then we got ES, which is doing, oh, ES is at the 80. I mean, this is not much here, man. I mean, we're seeing compression, seeing the volume. Oh, no, what is that? Yeah, I need to see some sign of strength on this. I'll need to see something like that at a very least. But could this be a type 4? Could be. Let's see. No, there's no strength on this yet. I don't want to get involved yet with no strength. If we do that, I may play some reaccums. I think would be something I'd rather trade on these. I still want to buy these. Unless earnings come out and earnings are weak, then yeah, I'll be very careful with that. And then cryptos. Anyone? So everyone clear on indices. I will have a look for a cheeky scalp today at the open, but I'm not really concerned. I'll wait for the larger move at this point. So in terms of my watch list today, Euro, see if Euro can be sent a little bit higher. Pound, if it can be sent a little bit higher. JPY, I want to see if it could be sent higher, but there's just nowhere for me to buy it from yet. Either show the strength and then pull back, or come lower and accumulate. And then indices. And apart from that, we've got cryptos. And like, just remember, man, like everything we're looking at is the same thing. You know, it's like, you remember when you're marking up the charts, it's always the same thing. It's identify your Wyckoff price cycle, right? Well, build a fundamental analysis, right? Note, are they accumulating instruments or distributing instruments? All right. If you have a reason for buyers to show up, you can now look for a bullish market cycle. See your accums, see your reaccums. Find your most recent schematic, fib it up, identify your manipulation, wait for the mitigation and a retest, and then go to a lower time frame and buy it. Simple as simples. So yeah, let's see. Now move on to cryptos quickly. If not, I'm gonna go eat. Yeah, I mean, I've been saying this for a minute, man. I've been saying we can see a fucking, where's my Bitcoin chart? All right, we can see total market cap, and we can see this thing come lower, bro. Like, we can see Bitcoin hit 65K and come back and revisit this reaccumulate. You know, so like again, from a fundamental standpoint, we are still in the bull market. Like, don't let it scare you. You know, like this is, I think we're like kind of seeing this right now. shake out all the noobs before it goes. Like you got to remember, most people need to lose. And, right now, Trump talking about crypto, all these noobs are getting involved. We're seeing some fear from that exchange that just got hacked the other day. And, what about when Silicon Valley banks collapsed? When FTX collapsed, right? That was the spring. All right, we just had a fucking collapse. Is that going to be the spring, or we're going to dip a little bit lower? Let's see. But I think we could come a little bit lower. I mean, I don't see the point in trying to sell crypto right now. I'd rather just dollar cost average in and keep buying it. Obviously anything can happen. I'm not a financial advisor, but this is just what happens every single cycle. We normally shake all the spastics out before the market rallies. It's kind of like, even in the last, look at 2016, you have pullbacks, healthy market cycle. Nothing just goes straight up. You will get pullbacks. So yeah, I'm really not concerned. Send it. I mean, that'll be like, bro, that'll be so much fear. I mean, there's already fear in the market now. Because think about all the retards that was buying, right, when it was 110K, down 20% right now. I mean, I'd probably go a little bit lower, maybe like 30%, maybe drop to 80. But I mean, this is where our leg right now. So if we can accumulate here, I'll buy it. Cool. So today is pretty much EU, GU, ES, NAS, U30, and UJ, pretty much. And if the dollar can show any strength for whatever reason, and the dollar does, if the dollar does ending up, right, breaking that, I will start to switch my narrative on euro and pound and start shorting them. But until then I'm good. Off topic, the crackhead skit was funny. Hey, I'm glad, man. I'm trying to get a lot more creative, bro, with the content out here, man. I feel like I've been kind of doing the same sort of shit. So I'm just trying to come up with ideas, bro, for different things. Bro, shout out to my girl, bro. She was going ham with the makeup, bro. She put, I don't know if you guys saw it, but she was putting fucking coffee in my teeth. She was got loads of dirt, bro, and put it on my t-shirt and shit. I was really trying to make the content hit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you got some value from it, man. I got a lot more on the way, so stay tuned for that. I've got some more ideas as well. Oh mate, I got a lot. And if anyone, you got any ideas, let me know, man. Apocalypse stuff. Oh man. Yeah, let me know if you guys got any funny ideas. I'm down to do it, bro. I've got a few in the bank. I might. It depends on what the market's saying today. If I've got some more time, I might record another one. Yeah, we got some shit on the way, boys and girls. We are in risk off. We're in risk off. Are we? I mean, I wouldn't really say we're in risk off right now. Look at the labor market. I mean, this isn't a risk off environment right now. I wouldn't say so. I mean, until we start seeing, I mean, look at the labor market, bro. I mean, did consumer confidence come out? Oh, no, not later. I mean, unemployment is low, earnings are up. So I don't really see a reason for investors to be cautious right now and taking their money out of risk assets necessarily. Remember, there isn't a one-for-one correlation with the dollar and indices. Talking about thoughts and experience of prop firms, that's a good idea. Yes, that is. Oh, bro. I feel like, listen, I was going to blast one of them, bro. There was one of them. Oh, bro. Next Step Funded. I fucking hate them. All right. Oh, my God. They were giving me payouts, right? That was cool. And then they started going, sir, you are copy trading. What do you mean I'm copy trading? Copy trading. Oh, you executed, it was like Euro USD at the same time John did. John, fuck John, bro. Absolute bullshit. And a lot of these firms, they do that. So any advice, and I might even do that, it's a good idea, but any advice that you got to cycle firms, never marry a firm, split up your account, and have a copy trader that does multiple firms, right? Don't rate John. There isn't a specific John I don't like, right? But and then you know what the funny thing is, I went in their Discord and I started asking about it and I got banned. I was like, what do you mean? Ban me, bro. Like, sorry, I'm milking your investors' capital. You know what the fuck? But obviously, the reason why they do that is because they're all demo accounts. You know that, right? There's no such thing as a prop firm that gives you real money. Like it, the only prop firm, and by the way, they're not prop firms, they're funded accounts, funded challenges. A prop firm is where you submit a track record, you don't pay money, investors pay you money to trade their capital. That's a prop firm. They want you to make money because they give you live capital. A funded challenge, they don't. So I say that to say this. Don't marry a funded challenge and put all your eggs in one basket. Like, don't, for example, try and do max allocation with one firm because they will look for reasons not to pay you out. You also need to split up your take profits and make sure all your take profits are equal. Like you can't be, for example, if you've got a 100K account closing 6K on one fucking trade, no, they ain't gonna pay you out, right? They're gonna say, oh my God. So what you want to do is like anytime you can do one, like I would say make 1-2% and split on different firms. Like maybe get a copy trader and have like 10 different firms, for example, 100K, 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 100K. And then with that, if maybe 3 or 4 don't pay you out, it's fine. You're still going to get paid out from the rest. But always make sure that the main goal is personal capital and building a track record. Because if you've got a actual like track record, bro, like if you can build a track record for a year, 2 years, and you've got a very low drawdown and consistent returns with low risk, brother, you can get funded very easily. But again, they're not prop firms. I mean, most of them don't, bro. Like, and the thing is, I'm not just talking about my arse here. You got to remember, I have a YouTube channel. So on my channel, I get emails every single day from investing.com. I can't name some of these other companies, right? Because it might be, you know what I mean? But there's some other ones, right? I'll show you the emails in the community later if you want. And they literally say to me, hey, can you start promoting our prop firm? Hey, do you want to launch your own prop firm? And me and I'm not going to say who, but me and someone was like, hey, let's launch our own firm. Let's actually change industry. Fucking they get on the call and then all these terms and conditions, bro. They're literally telling you like, oh, it's all demo accounts. Don't worry, you're never going to actually pay people out. You know, maybe if you make, for example, 500K profit, you might end up paying 5 to 10K in profit back. Like what? Like it's just an absolute scammy industry, to be honest with you. Where do you find real prop networking, bro? Like that's where you need to build a personal brand. You know, social media is a very important thing for the new economy, especially with AI. LinkedIn, you can go on LinkedIn and find angel investors. And networking, bro, finding people who want to invest into you. Talking, making friends, going on LinkedIn, going online, applying, submitting your track record to people. If you've got your own brand, you can raise your own capital, but that requires a lot of paperwork for that one. Any tips on getting multiple ones passed as fast as possible? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's been a minute since I asked my friend if he still passes them. I could always ask him. It's been a minute. I think he can, but they're not cheap. He's not cheap. Futures prop firms are a little bit more regulated. Futures is more regulated. I can be an angel investor. Depends on your track record and the deals you wanna offer. Right? You're gonna give me a good ROI, and yeah, for sure. Like I prefer futures. Futures is less bullshit because futures is more regulated by nature. I guess at the end of the day, if you have a skill that can perform normal investments, that's just true, bro. You become an asset, 100%. Like for me, if I'm going to trade someone's money, it needs to be in the high 7 figures, bro. Otherwise, it's not worth it. Like, and you got to be careful. Some of them want to put you on a salary, bro. Like, I'm not doing a salary. And some of them, like again, it all depends on who you are. The great thing about being an independent trader is you can set your terms. But some people, mate, they want fucking reports, bro. They want meetings. No, like it's long. It depends. But it all depends who you find. Yeah, I can ask him. USD and AUD. I mean, AUD is mainly going to be driven by China and commodities because the Australian economy is basically heavily dependent on Chinese exports. I mean, you have influence on AUD, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't say it's 100% driven by it. E8, I've never heard of them personally. Townslow. Yeah, anyone got any other markets they wanna look at? Let me know. Anyone got anything else they want to look at? I'm more than happy to. UJ? We can look at UJ. Oh, hello, Sleeping Beauty. Hey, Sleeping Beauty. That's good. Nas? Yeah, we want to buy Nas for sure. Um, but there's no. I'm not confident in this accumulation. I want more effort in it. I want to buy it up. We've got earnings coming out. I do want to see it do something like that, or build out a larger accum with a minute. But UJ is going to be the opposite of Japanese yen futures. So I'm looking to buy Japanese yen. So I'd be looking to sell UJ. Nah, that's all good. I know you work hard, so that's okay. So yeah, I'd be looking to try and sell UJ. I mean, it can come higher. I would rather sell it out of here. All right, I'd 100% rather sell it out of here. But at this point, we've got demand here. So it's either you give a little micro higher above the Asia highs, or it gives like a little redistro like that with a micro in there because Asia's not manipulated. That makes sense. Yeah, I think next live we will do most likely on Thursday. Yeah, cool. Any other questions? Any other instruments? Anything else? If not, I'm gonna go eat. And we've got NYSC in an hour. Let's see if pound can come down. You got one? You hit me, bro. Hit me, baby. Uh, so I mean, if you got extra capital, for me, I how would you approach starting to trade, starting to making money? Well, before you put money in a broker, make sure you put your track record first. I would say take that money and invest into more education, right? Invest into education, invest into yourself, invest into your setup. and also invest into actual investments, have a diversified portfolio. For me, my number one investment was always education and myself and skills, because like, you can go buy crypto for sure, right? But you have no control of what happens with it. Versus if you've got a skill, you can control, and you invest into yourself, you can kind of control what's going to happen to you in your life. So for me, I've always invested into skills over everything else. I mean, my first investment, I went to Miami, I spent 10K and I got in debt. Like, I remember I physically couldn't even get to the venue. I had to walk through. I stayed in Fort Lauderdale and the event was in Miami. It took me about 4 hours to walk from Fort Lauderdale all the way to Miami to get this information. I remember walking through literally the hood, bro. There was crack addicts and everything. It was fucking horrible just to get information. So yeah, do whatever it takes, man. Get around people, bro. Get in the rooms. Save up as well. Don't think just because you start making money, you got to spend it. That's the difference between rich and poor people. Poor people get money, they want to get rid of it straight away. Rich people, they want to take it, keep it, and then multiply it and grow it. And they multiply and grow it through investments and education. If you've got extra every month, well, do more. Save it, save up, build a portfolio. I mean, I'll be being honest with you, bro. Trade, I wouldn't say trade live money unless you got five to six figures. It's not worth it. You physically cannot trade $500 with risk management. Think about it. Okay. So you're going to make, let's say you make 10% on your $500, right? You made $50. That is not satisfying. That's barely going to pay your internet bill for the month. That's like a meal at Nando's, bro, for two. So you've just outperformed the hedge fund's yearly ROI in a month, and you're like, oh my God, I'm not satisfied. Right? A lot of people's problems in trading come from undercapitalization. And when you're trading little money, you're not satisfied with the profits. For example, right? Let's say, even the ES trade we caught last week, right? So we all caught that ES trade, the 1 to 8. Where was it? All right, this little 1 to 8 we caught on ES, 1 to 8.4. So imagine, right, if you're now trading on a $500 account and you risk $5, quick maths, 5 times 8, oh my God, you made what, $40, right? You're not satisfied with that. But now let's say you're on a 100K account, you're on a 200K account, you risk 0.5%, you risk $1,000 on that trade, and now you just made 8.5K in 3 hours. Are you going to be clucking to take trades when you just made 3 months of your salary? No. I was thinking of risking $100 every trade, but yeah, but no, you're completely thinking about trading wrong, right? You got to be financial literate, because now, so if you've got a $500 account and you're risking $100 per trade, you're risking 20% of your account per trade. You are gambling. You are a gambler. You're better off taking that and going to the casino. Well, no, you're not. That's not advice. Don't do that. Right? Save it. Save it up. Do you think changing your setup into something more than a monitor and a keyboard can change psychology? No, because it's yourself, right? This is the problem, bro. Right? Everyone thinks there's something outside of you that's a magical thing that's going to change your trading. Now, there's a difference. For you specifically, Tom, you've got the right information. So it's different. Obviously, some other people don't have the right information, so they need something external. But for you right now, because you've got the right information, your technicals are good, right? You've got the right trading plan. You've got the right understanding of the fundamentals. Use changing your monitor and keyboard isn't going to change your psychology, because your psychology is in your head. How you change your psychology is diving into yourself, developing self-awareness, looking at your belief system, looking at the driving forces of your mind and the things that are influencing you and controlling you. Not a keyboard, not a monitor. I ain't going to do shit. I mean, personally, I trade on 3 screens. I have a 27-inch monitor here, 27-inch monitor here, and another 27-inch monitor here. Is that going to make you a profitable trader? No. Does it help me trade? Yes, because I can look at the New York Open, NAS, ES, and SPX. But do you now need to go and do that? No. I would say it doesn't necessarily matter about the things that are external. It's all about internal. The outside world doesn't matter. It's all about what's going on your inside. So you're better off studying more about yourself and reflecting within. In trading, we have very good leverages with funded challenges. But yeah, I mean, yeah, but again, funded accounts can be a potential solution if you can trade and have a good track record, for sure, 100%. So if you've got, a database of 100, 200, 400, 500 trades that prove you're profitable over a period of time, go for it. Milk your funded account. But the problem is most people don't. Most people, they're like, oh my God, I don't have a lot of money. Now I can get access to 100K. And they can't even manage their 2K a month salary, for example. And they're like, oh my God, I want to do a funded account. And now they just get absolutely destroyed by the rules. And that's why these funded challenges are businesses, because they profit off everyone's loss. Because of that, oh my God, you can trade 100K, 200K. Now, can you get payouts? Yes. But the business model is not set up for you to win. Making 10% in a month and a further 5% in a month means you've outperformed the best traders in the world in a month and a half. Like, it's not real trading. I would say build your track record, get a bot to pass your account, and then just make 1 to 2% and get a payout, and then you're right. But yeah, that's true. Everything we do see on the external is projected from the internal. It's true. The world's a mirror. Like, I can't make it clearer. What you don't see the world as it is, you see the world as you are. Think about it. Have you ever, for example, I've been in a bad mood, right? And someone's done something nice to you, and you're like, fuck off, blah, blah, blah. Or vice versa. You're in a good mood and someone's cut you off in traffic, or you're in a good mood and someone's been horrible to you. You don't care because you're in a good mood. Nothing can faze you, right? So you don't see the world as it is, you see it as you are, right? I can't stress the importance of psychology. And psychology is not Mark Douglas, trading in the zone. It's none of that, right? Trading psychology is understanding how your entire life and your entire generations of family and your genetic code has been designed in a deterministic reality, which means it's been designed that you control outcome. For example, you want to get a wife, you want to get a husband, what do? You control yourself, you get better, you go out there, speak to more people, and you can control the outcome depending on how good you are at flirting and being a good partner, right? You want to get a job, you perform good in your interview, you dominate the interview, you'll get the job. You haven't had a lot of jobs, but you, for example, in Muay Thai or boxing, you dominate the other person and you win. Trading, you can't dominate the charts and win. And bringing that mindset to the charts is what fucks you up, because you have this mindset of certainty that, oh my God, my trading plan presents itself, so I should win. And guess what happens? Smack, stop loss. And now you're getting upset. Oh my God, because your sense of certainty and survival gets challenged. Now to your conscious brain, you're like, no, it's not. It's just a loss. But then why do you start getting emotional, and why do you go on losing streaks? Why do you impulsively enter trades? Why do you get fearful? Why do you get hesitant, and why do you get so aggressive? Because that's your subconscious caveman brain waking up and taking control over you. And the problem is we haven't been taught how to control that caveman brain. We've been taught ICT silver bullet. Shit. We've been taught squiggly lines. Shit. Right? We're not taught that the strategy doesn't fucking matter. I don't care what strategy you trade. You can trade break and retest. That's not important. What's important is, can you stick to a strategy long enough to trade it good and then learn about yourself? Can you get your markups validated by a mentor? Yes. Okay, you're looking at things correctly. Now, can you work on yourself to see what are the driving forces between your decision-making process? Because the problem is, right, you're looking at the result, but you're not looking at the cause. You're seeing, oh my God, I lost this trade, but you're not looking at why that trade lost. And I'm not talking from a technical perspective, because you look at it and you say, this trade wasn't valid. This trade didn't meet my rules. So why are you taking trades that don't meet your rules? Because you haven't worked on your psychology. You're unaware of how your caveman brain influences your perception of reality. In the moment, your emotions were present, but the problem was they weren't at a threshold for you to feel angry or sad. They were bubbling just below that threshold. And they're now causing you to act in fear or aggression. But because you haven't trained it, you're unaware of it. You know, what you're trying to do here is become aware of things you're not aware of. It's like a fish, right? A fish doesn't know he's in water until he's taken out of water. right? You don't know how much you need air and oxygen until you don't fucking have any. So what I'm trying to say is it's now redesigning your brain for something it wasn't designed to do. The human brain craves certainty. It craves that for survival. But when you come to the market, it's uncertain. It's a complete uncertain environment. So now you start bringing beliefs from your 9 to 5, where, okay, in my job, I work for 5 hours, I get paid for 5 hours. So you now go to the market and expect there to be a trade. You go to the market and try to take a position because that's what you was taught. When I do work, I get paid. So you come to the markets and put in loads of work. And you think that putting in more work is going to solve your problems. No, it's not, because you care too much. And because you care too much about being a profitable trader, you never be it. You're a slave to what you care about. So how do you become a profitable trader? You be connected, but you're not attached. You learn how your amygdala fires up when you trade. You study yourself. You study your own habits. You study your own emotions. You study your biological signatures. Right? You guys have seen my psychology trainings. You know, if you haven't, go to the community. Right? You know, you can search in our channel. Right? Where is it? You know, look, we've got all these videos, and where's the search button? Press the search and literally just search psychology. I might spell it wrong, but just search it. And we've got, I think I did definitely spell it wrong. Right? But we've got millions of psychology trainings in here. I'll link some in the chat. Right, go and read my psychology book in the resources chat. Where is it? All right, I've got a book. Yes, I do. Right, go and read my psychology book. Where is it? We've got all our courses in here. Right, go and read my psychology book. All right, go and understand how your brain actually works. Go and read the information. Learn about yourself and how your brain works. You know, the technicals, there's only so much you can do. Obviously, of course, yes, you know, you need, like, I'm not saying now, again, this is the problem with group stuff, because it's generic information. You have to have a holistic approach. You can't just say, okay, forget all my technicals now, forget my everything else and just do psychology. You need a holistic approach, right? The core 4. A car has 4 wheels. Trading has 4 skills. Oh, shit, I should have been a rapper, right? It has 4 skills. So number 1 is your technical analysis, right? Do your back testing, learn a strategy, get your markups validated, send it into the chat, go into the beginners chat, go into the back testing chat, and send your markups, get it validated. If I don't comment on it and someone else has, it means it's good, right? Or they've said what I need to say, right? Back test, do your end of day markups, do your end of week markups, create your case studies, send your case studies in to get feedback to make sure you're applying it correctly. Number 2, study your fundamentals. Know what's driving the market from an economic standpoint. Number 3, work on your psychology, work on your mindset and how your beliefs change your perception. And number 4, journal and reflect on your habits. Because the first law of human nature is that you never do something once, right? You're always going to create habits. You're going to keep doing the same things. So study your habits and the keys to a successful future are always found in a painful past. So go back and review your past, review your habits, think in sample sizes. Don't think on a trade by trade basis. Think about the next 20, 30, 40, 50 trades. Sheesh. Do you have a day? Yeah, 100%, bro. For me, Saturdays. Yeah, Saturdays are my day where, I mean, obviously you have to know yourself. Like if, for example, if I've done shit like throughout the week or whatever, then I'm not going to do this. But yeah, like typically Saturdays are normally my days off, to be honest with you, bro. Now, obviously, for me, I'd like, as much as I love traveling, I love the hustle. I love the grind. You know, I love creating content. I love trading. I love this. So it's hard for me to shut off. You know, for me, doing a Zoom call right now and talking to you guys and answering your questions, this is fun for me. So this is not work. But I have days, yes, specifically where I have downtime for sure. And that's normally like Friday evenings, unless I've got shit I need to catch up on. And Saturdays is normally the time where it's just me and my wife. Everyday life, like a normal quote unquote work like today, I wouldn't say, I mean, like being realistic, like I don't really sit there and say, oh, I'm gonna have a break. I listen to my body, bro. I mean, sometimes I'll plan stuff in, but I'm pretty much on go all the time, bro. I mean, like for me, going to the gym, driving to the gym is a break. You know, walking my dog. I walk my dog 3 times a day, so I guess you could say that's a break. So Sometimes I just scroll on TikTok, bro. That's a break. You know what I mean, bro? Like sometimes I'll scroll on Instagram. That's a break. You know, sometimes I'll watch a movie in the night. I mean, to be fair, for me, like I've got quite a lot of shit to do, so I'm not worried about breaking. But yeah, I do take time to stop for sure. And I think you've got to plan in downtime. Like I do, like for me, walking my dog is a break because it's just me, my dog, and sometimes my wife, and you know. So yeah, I definitely plan in it. But the main thing, bro, is I'm in tune with my body, bro, and I've developed some awareness. Maybe I can still get better, but I listen to myself in terms of not advice, right? Because you listen to people who have the results you want. But if I like, for example, right, if I can feel I've got a fat fucking headache from looking at the screen too much, then all right, you know, I'm gonna relax a little bit, right? But also at the same time, listening to your body, right? Oh, like today I woke up. Oh, I just want to sleep. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to do this. No, fuck listening to my body now because I'm being a bitch. I got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, there's times where you genuinely need a rest. So you got to find that happy medium for you in that sense, bro. But yeah, what's the next question? Gold? Well, we check gold, bro. Gold is there's nothing I want to do on gold. Gold is one of those assets that people just lose on it, bro. Like it's just you don't need to trade it all the time. It's just highs and lows, no manipulation. I'm not interested. What would you do if you're trading physical commodities? Yeah, I own physical. Yeah, I own physical assets, 100%. Like, is it how you make your money from it, or what's the question? What would I do if what? But sometimes buy and hold to certain asset prices, and then once the asset price reaches it, I'll sell it. How do you sell it? Depends what it is. Agricultural, bro, I don't invest in that actually, so I can't comment on that one, unfortunately, bro. I don't want to give advice on something I don't want to. Did moving to Thailand? Nah, bro. What made me more active was who I surrounded myself with. To be honest with you, like you got to remember, I only moved to Asia. What now? Obviously, I did accelerate a lot coming here, but it was not. That wasn't the reason. What made me more active was who I was around and what I was listening to. I'll go halves on the farm. Damn right. That's my goal, bro. I'm getting a fucking island and living off grid. It wasn't moving to Asia was the thing that made me more active, right? I found the community in England. You know, I stopped hanging out with my bullshit friends who just wanted to smoke weed and be bums all day. You know, like you know what I'm saying? Like, I stopped doing that. I stopped going to all the parties. I stopped chasing fucking silly little, that's going to sound wrong. I'm not going to say that. I stopped chasing silly desires. You know, I started locking in and reading more books. I built personal momentum. Being more active is a case of momentum. Nothing happens externally that will how I see it, nothing external can influence my internal, right? My internal is the thing that I'm in control of, right? Obviously, yes, realistically, things can happen, but it's the momentum you build for yourself. So it starts with your small day-to-days and you compound to snowball effect, you know? So it starts with how are you waking up in the morning? Are you waking up and being slow? Or you're getting shit done, you're going to the gym, you're getting active, you're going outside, you're looking at things far away, you're hydrating, you know, you've got electrolytes in your body, you're healthy, you're taking salt, you're taking fruits, vitamins, you're eating food that's not fucking modified, you're eating clean, single one ingredient foods, following a blue zone diet, holistic health. You're taking healthy supplements. Now, again, it's not one thing, it's all compounding because all these little things you do make you 1% sharper, right? So going to the gym makes you 1% sharper. You know, hitting the sauna and steam room makes you 1% sharper. Taking the Shilajit and the sea moss and the supplements make you 1% sharper, right? Eating clean makes you 1% sharper. And it's all these little things that add up to making you better and better and better and better. It's not just moving to Thailand and my life changed, you know? Because, you know, even when I first moved to Bali, bro, like I went through periods where I was less active. When I went to Bali, bro, and I first lived there, you know, you remember this was COVID times, right? So everything was locked down and like I was like free, right? And I got sucked into the party scene, bro. Like I was becoming a degenerate again. Like I left all that degeneracy, grinded, hustled, entered the world, started becoming a degenerate again. Why? Because who I'm around and who I'm listening to. You know, so I started cutting all those toxic people out of my life. You know, all these people, hey man, you want to go and party? Hey man, there's leaving dinner. No, fuck you, bro. I didn't say that, but that's what I thought. Fuck you lot, bro. You're only going out because you've got nothing else better to do in your life. I'm going to lock in because I'm building a legacy and I've got goals to achieve. So it's building your momentum, right? Starting off with the little things. Okay, you wake up, right? You're going to feel slow. Okay, waking up, maybe having a quick coffee, having your salt water with your electrolytes and your blue spirulina and all that good shit. Hitting the gym, reading 10 pages. Whilst you're at the gym, listening to an audiobook. That's going to inspire you. That's going to give you new information, right? It's going home, attacking those tasks that you know you should be done. It's acting, being grateful, you know? It's building momentum for yourself, bro. I mean, look at Nathan, bro. Nathan, you've been full-time trading how long now? Fucking, I'm losing track, bro. What, 4 years, something like that? Maybe. And yeah, like, bro, he lives in England. You know what I'm saying? So it's not living in England is going to be the thing that's going to stop. And Nathan's active, bro. Nathan's a full-time trader. Nathan, 4 coming up to 5. You know what I'm saying? He's a full-time trader. He's got his perfume business. He's got a trading business as well. Like, it's not the outside that determines you, right? Obviously, can you have preference? Yeah, you can. But the main thing is, you're like, Nathan's got motion. Right? That's it. You got to have motion. Motion means moving, bro. Energy in motion. So you got to be active on a day-to-day basis. If you're like a couch potato, getting no sunlight, no vitamins, bro, behind a screen there like a zombie, of course you don't have any motion. You got to get out there. You got to be social. It's all these 1% things that make you better. Does that make sense? That was a good question, bro. If you sent me on one, you really sent me on one. Like, people used to go to me, yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a wedgie. My bad, right? Like, I used to work, right? I remember this, right? I worked in Sainsbury's, right? And I'd push trolleys for 12 hours a day, right? I mean, I'd be on my phone a lot of the time, but I'd wake up, right? I would do that, and after that shift, I would come home and then get on the charts and grind and back test and do the things I need to do and study and educate myself and read. And it's like people coming from work and they're lazy. You're not tired. You're uninspired. Oh, disgusting quote. You're not tired. You're uninspired. Or if that don't work for you and you're that fucking fucked, right? Do it before work. Wake up early. Or okay, sometimes, right? I mean, there's always enough time, bro. There's always enough time. That's the thing. There's always enough time. You make time for the things you want. Like people say to me, I don't have time. Shut up. Check your screen time. Check your screen time. 4 hours on Instagram, 3 hours on OnlyFans. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? And I'm only saying that because that was me. That was me, bro. I was the guy. I have no time. There's not enough time in the day. Obviously, I'm exaggerating. You know, I'm trying to trigger you to create an emotion. You know, so I'm being a bit extra because I want you to change. Because that's the only way you're going to change, right? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, no, bro. OnlyFans, that is absolute scam, bro. Fuck that. You get all that for free. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that. Am I vegan? I used to be vegan, bro. I was vegan for like 6 years. Yeah, I was vegan for 6 years, and you don't even need porn, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got real life, brother. You know. And yeah, I was vegan for 6 years, bro. The reason why is because it was like health benefits. Like there was a lot of health benefits when I was vegan. I lived in Bali, and from like physically, bro, like I went from 67 kg to 93 kg in about 3.5, 4 months. Lean muscle. If I can find a photo, like yeah, it was crazy. And then now I was great, but the reason I went back, I switched back after 6 years. Well, I think it was maybe 5 or 4. I can't remember the exact time period right off the top of my head. Anyway, right. The reason I went back is because I got my blood tested and I realized I was deficient in certain areas. And because I was deficient in certain areas, I mean, maybe I could have had a better diet. I said, well, look, I don't want to take supplements. I don't want to take artificial things. You know, I believe in whole foods. It's like I don't really believe in a lot of those protein shakes and powders and stuff. Like I eat, like we're getting there, you know what I'm saying? And I rather eat real food. You know, I'd rather eat one ingredient whole foods. Now, of course, like I don't eat a lot. I try to eat clean and try to eat healthy. Of course, from time to time I have a treat. I'm human. I've got a sweet tooth, but I do try to stay on a blue zone diet. And I try to eat and make sure I've got the right minerals. So I think all the basics for health to be a better trader are things like start with really simple salt. Salt. Now, be careful what salt you take. Don't take the shitty table salt, right? Get Celtic sea salt, right? Get Celtic sea salt or pink Himalayan. I mean, there's a bit of conspiracy around the pink Himalayan stuff, right? But Celtic sea salt, pink salt, and start mixing this with some of your water, right, in the morning because you need sodium to physically allow water to enter your cells. From there, like basics, lemon and lime in your water when you wake up, right? From there, you can add things like what's it called, Shilajit, right? Add little things like Shilajit. Now, again, this isn't going to be the thing that's going to change your life, right? It's a small thing. Start adding CMOS, and obviously there's more advanced supplements and shit you can get, but coconut water, right? Start with a basic stuff, right? Get your health right. Start going for exercise. Start hitting the gym. Start going for walks. Getting sunlight. Like looking at this sounds really stupid, but looking at things that are far away from you. Because a lot of the time even sometimes we get in our heads too much. Like even sometimes walk around naked sometimes, not outside, chill out, bro. But like just get out of your body, bro. It sounds weird, but a lot of our problems come from we're so stuck in our head and there's inner things. Sometimes just fucking, bro, like sometimes record a voice note and talk to yourself, right? Get the Chat GPT app on your phone and talk to it. But I have therapy sessions with Chat GPT, bro. Like I tell this bitch, sorry for the language, I tell this thing my problems. You know what I'm saying? And I talk to it. Obviously I have mentors I express to, but the thing is, you got to get out of your head and you got to build momentum. You got to build motion. That's the thing. The reason why you got no money is because you got low energy, and you got low energy because you got no motion. And you got no motion because you're stagnant and you're stuck. We are water. Our body is made out of 70% water, right? And what happens if I don't touch this water here, you can't even see it. If I don't touch this water here for a month, it's going to go stagnant. It's going to go moldy. You're not going to drink it, right? But if water's flowing, right, it's fresh and it's able to be consumed. So same thing with yourself. Your body's made out of water. Keep yourself moving. Now, don't let this get you down and don't start getting sad and depressed because you can control your life, right? You can get up and you can start things. So get active and move. I think that's the biggest thing. How do you sell physical commodities? It depends what it is, bro. It really depends what it is. Like gold and silver, you can find exchanges, you can find personal people that want to buy it. CAD, Euro, Pound, and Chef have decreased. I mean, it's more than just the interest rates, broski. You got to look at fundamentals as a whole thing. So you got to build a narrative around it. You got to look at things like your interest rates. You got to look at things like you got to look at not just interest rates. You got to look at the whole fundamentals as a whole and the big picture. What's going on with the monetary policy? What's going on with the labor market? What's going on with inflation? What is the monetary policy? How did I start my brand? As in like the story of how it originated type thing. To be honest with you, I used to just like, I don't even know, bro. Like, when I think back, like I was kind of like even when I was like before trading all this stuff, I wouldn't say I was kind of like I was always on scenes, if that makes sense. Like I'd always be on like the party scene, and I'd always be kind of active on social media because I had other businesses. To be honest with you, obviously I'm not fucking a famous person, you know what I'm saying? But I was always kind of active in my area. Like I would hustle. I would try and sell like Supreme Yeezys. I would invest into a bot. And I was buying Yeezys and Supreme on releases. I was going outside the Supreme store with Dom's even in this call. I don't know if Dom's still here, but in the community, all right. And we would go into central London, would go there at 3 in the fucking morning and sit outside the Supreme store to be the first 20 people in line to buy something to go and flip it. You know what I'm saying? EU. So buy it, £8. But yeah, so I'd obviously kind of promote that a little bit on social media, and then the main thing that kind of started like the trading brand, bro, is one of my friends slash mentor. Yeah, so Pips of Persia, he just, like, obviously once I was getting good money with trading and starting to build results, and I made my first 6 figures, he put me on stage. This I think it was in like 2018 or 2019, something like that. He put me on stage and like in front of like I didn't even know, right? There was like we did like he had like an event, and there was like 300 people there, something like that, and he just said, "Yeah, you're going to speak on stage." And I was like, "What? I'm going to speak on stage?" All right, and then he just called me up, and then yeah, I just started, and I just fucking. I remember the first thing I said, I was just like, "Fuck," and everyone just started laughing, and it was fine. But yeah, it was nerve wracking, bro. And then from there, like people obviously just kind of come up to me, "Hey, Kieran," you know, like talking to me, asking me questions. And I just thought, well, people are asking me questions and stuff. Like I might as well share it online, you know. And then people start telling me, "Oh, you know what, Kieran? Like you're good at explaining things." Oh, and I quite like doing it. You know, I enjoyed it. So it's like, you know, I might as well start doing it. And people were like, "Hey, can you teach me how to trade?" And then people said, "Hey, look, bro, like I'm going to pay you how to trade." I said, "Okay, all right, okay." And then yeah, it went from there. Um, oh, thank you. Appreciate you. Um, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Dom. Yeah, Dom. Me and Dom went to school. Yeah, for sure. Me and Dom went to school, man. So Dom was actually. I don't know if he was a hater, but a lot of people were haters back then. I mean, to be honest, it's because of who I was, bro. I was a party boy, and I was, like, um, fundamentally higher time frame EU should sell off. It's just in a lower time frame correction, so I think it can come a bit higher. The main thing for me is going to be what PCE comes out this week, bro. I think if PCE comes out lower this week, EU will go higher. But if PCE comes out lower, I think we can. Sorry, if PCE comes out higher, I think we can continue short in EU. Pips is good, bro. We met up when I was back in London around Christmas time. We went for dinner, had some drinks. Yeah, he's good, bro. He's got his teeth done. I shouldn't be exposing him like that. But no, he's doing really well. He just doesn't really like bother with social media and stuff anymore. To be honest with you, I mean, like it was. How do I say it? Like I think for him, he went through so like he just spent so much time devoting in other people, and he just got backstabbed quite a lot. To be honest with you, like people just kind of fucked him over a little bit because, bro, even people fucked me over, bro. Like it's kind of fucked up. People are fucked up, but I think he just got tired of it. To be honest with you, maybe one day he'll make a return. You know, we never know. But for now, he's just kind of doing his own thing. To be honest with you. Hey, I'm glad you enjoyed the fundamentals, bro. Qualitative analysis, that is basically just building my narrative behind it, bro. So like when you're doing qualitative analysis for the markets and the fundamentals, it's just like having a deeper reason and kind of connecting with, like for me, like if I'm going to put it like this, quantitative analysis is looking at the hard numbers individually. Like, okay, PCE is X, right? CPI is Y, interest rate is fucking Z. You know what I mean? Labor is, I'm just making shit up, right? But looking at the numbers that come up, that's quantitative. Qualitative is now starting to put it all together. Dow gave third drive. Looking at how it all fits together and starting to see the bigger narrative and the storyline behind it and putting it all together and understanding why this is occurring, why we're seeing it go short, why we're seeing it go long, and the corrections behind it. You have a question? Yeah, hit me. I'm gonna, yeah, about COT. Yeah, hit me. I'm gonna call it a day soon because I need to go eat. So, what is both COT like? Okay, good question. So, I'll give you the answer now, and I'll give you a resource to go back on. If you go to our community and you search driving a pair, there's a training on there about how to know what's driving a currency pair. Give that a watch for extra resources. But you have to now figure out what is driving UJ. So in this example, right, it's the JPY. So I'll tell you now, JPY always drives UJ. So pay attention to what Japanese yen's doing. But for other currencies, you have to basically pull them up. There's a whole training on this. I don't want to like rush it for you, but you just split the chart into three. So you'd have, if you're looking at UJ, you'd have USD JPY here. You'd have JPY futures here, inverted, because it's trading against it. And you'd have the DXY here. And you look at them and think, out of these two, what's more similar to that? And that will tell you what's driving the currency. And what's driving it, that's what fundamentals you pay more attention to. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah. And so in that case, it's like, would US dollar, obviously, if we're trying to sell UJ, a bullish dollar wouldn't help UJ, right, to sell it, but it's more driven by the Japanese yen, and I'd care more about the Japanese yen. Yeah, take care, man. I think we are gonna call it a day. Don't have the indexes. No, because it can change. There's no like stats. I mean, yeah, there's no stats. You don't even need the indexes. So like you can just like literally, yeah. Because if you're checking what's driving, you have it. It's just delayed. So you can still access it. It might just be delayed 10 minutes, and you're not going to be sitting on the M1 anyway. You can still check it. All right, guys, we are going to call it a day. I appreciate everyone hopping on. I will drop the recording soon, and we will catch up again, team, on Thursday. Hello, Kaiser. Okay, do you guys want to see Kaiser? Look at him. Kaiser, come here. Up. He's got his cone on his head. I took him swimming. Come here. Up. Oh, no, buddy. Come here. Up. I don't know if you can see him. Look at this cone he's got. Up. Up. Come on. Up. Up. Good boy. Up. Oh, good boy. Look at him. He's got this cone on his head because we took him swimming. You can say hello. Ah! Say hello, buddy. Look at this massive cone. Say hello. Speak. Kaiser, speak. Speak. Oh, you don't want to speak. Wait. Kaiser, speak. Speak. It has speak. Yes, speak. Oh my God. All my training's gone out the window, bro. Oh my goodness. Bro, I take this guy's training. I spent so much money on this guy's education. All that, it doesn't even do what I say. Kaiser, speak. Wait, let me stand up. Kaiser, speak. Speak. There you go. Good boy. There you go. 10 times the charm. Oh, I got to work on that. All right, we got to do some training, my boy. We got to get a bit to class. But yeah, no, he cut his foot, bro. Embarrassing. Yeah. You know what it is? I've never told him to speak in the office. Maybe that's why. I normally tell him to be quiet. Maybe that's why. He's like a boy. Anyway, boys and girls, any last? Yeah, cool. we'll call it a day. All right, guys, I'll catch you guys on Thursday. I'll drop a recording in the chats. I will have a look at NYSC, see if we can scalp it at the open, and we'll keep a look on the pound. Not you burpee boy. The euro, JPY indices today. All right, guys, take care.